Thank you very much, Irene, and good afternoon to you all, distinguished representatives of member states, distinguished ambassadors. I would like to welcome you to the 37th lecture of the lecture series of the Americas. Today we will have a dialogue on an important topic concerning not only our own region, but the whole world. It's about social inclusion, the case for shared societies. And we are honored with the presence of Her Excellency Jennifer Mary Shipley, former Prime Minister of New Zealand and a member of the Club de Madrid, who will present her views on this topic shortly. The issue of social cohesion and social inclusion is especially relevant to member states of this organization. As you know, the nations of the Western Hemisphere represent an enormous diversity in terms of cultures, people, languages, geography, and history, and in many other ways. The critical objective here is, how do we all together use this rich diversity in a positive manner? That is to focus on the common elements, on that what binds us rather than what divides us. Last Friday, the OAS held the 18th Policy Roundtable entitled Learning to Live Together, Fostering Integration, Tolerance and Diversity in the Americas, with representatives of different social groups to address the challenges we face in terms of social exclusion. Despite the progress achieved in many of our member states, we still see many cases of discrimination against women, indigenous people, and Afro-descendants, people with different sexual orientation and religion, and other minorities that prevent us from building a just and peaceful society. The Inter-American Democratic Charter in Article 9 expresses the commitment of the member states of the OAS to eliminate all forms of discrimination and to promote and protect human rights. It also emphasizes the importance of respect for ethnic, cultural and religious diversity in the Americas to strengthening democracy and citizen participation. Therefore, it is worth mentioning that the OAS is preparing a draft Inter-American Convention against racism and all forms of discrimination and intolerance, as well as a draft declaration on the rights of indigenous peoples. There are other important initiatives of this kind being developed by the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, the Department of International Affairs, and others to voice the rights and needs of vulnerable groups and in civil society. I believe that it's important to share policies and practices that promote social cohesion and contribute to the implementation of policies in this area. By sharing this knowledge, as the OAS and the Club de Madrid have started, as we signed an agreement today, we can increase our knowledge and can be more effective in our programs and projects. I was honored to be invited by the Club de Madrid in November of last year to share my views on social cohesion during the Global Forum on Leadership for Shared Societies, Building a World Safe of Difference. At this event, we referred to the need to, first of all, recognize diversity in the Western Hemisphere, and then to address the challenge in terms of inequality, discrimination, and exclusion. We pointed out that first we need to acknowledge and accept diversity, and this should be followed by the creation of meaningful and effective mechanisms to ensure dialogue. We also believe that the responsibility for fostering social cohesion and social inclusion is a collective responsibility that relies not only on political leaders, but equally on civil society as a whole, the business community, trade unions, and others in society. So therefore, today we will continue the dialogue on social inclusion, because by educating ourselves on this issue, we gain a powerful tool for addressing prejudice and enhancing tolerance and understanding in the Americas and worldwide. We believe that together we must find mechanisms that will pave the way for a prosperous future based on mutual respect and understanding for ethnic, cultural and religious differences in order to embrace diversity and avoid intolerance so as to facilitate peace and prosperity for all. So we look forward to listening to Dame Jenny later on. Without further ado, I would like to offer now the floor to Ambassador Pedro Yarse, Chairman of the Permanent Council, to welcome and to introduce Ms. Shipley. I thank you very much.